Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay. You know, it's hard to explain all of the systemic isms that are tied to how schools are run, how the system of our education is run. Probably, the more I think about it, there's money that comes into the schools. There's money that's there for a reason. There are policies that perhaps decide how that money is distributed. My one policy that I'm going to be looking into is going to be distribution of Title I funds. If I'm correct, there's a threshold set at like 50%, and some of our schools are missing out on Title I money because it's an all or nothing situation. And if we have say a 50% threshold, the school comes in at 45, they're not getting anything. There's also a little transparency that we're going to have when we're working with, our undocumented families with documentation issues, because they may not want to fill out a free and reduced lunch form. So there are a lot of I still want to call them the isms. I mean, I could say racism, classism, ageism, you name them, all of the isms are in there. What we have to do is support our families. And one of the policies that I think that we can do to get more funding into our children is going to be with Title I funding. And I totally and absolutely think these numbers don't lie. There's no story behind these numbers that hasn't been shown before. Chinua said that. We've heard it before. We've seen the numbers before. And we have to really look at the elephant in the room and figure out what's truly wrong with the system before we decide we want to make a change. If we're not looking at it and dissecting it and figuring out what the true problems are, everything on the edges of it are very simply just unflavored frosting. I do talk like that every once in a while. Okay. What are we going to do to bridge this particular divide? I believe it's going to go across from the district having an open door policy. This has been said before, but having an open door policy and being transparent in what kind of information is being divulged to the unions. If we're not truthful and honest in the conversations that we have, then we're going to have conflict in conversations that we have after the fact. I do believe, though, that we have to focus on what the end goal is. The end goal is our students' success, and our focus should be on our students. Um, you know, it, I've heard it a million times. It's like, what are you going to do to stop the unions? And what are you going to do to stop it? I'm not here to stop anything. I'm here to start everything. And everything starts right now with our students as our focus and their success as our goal. As a person who has her own experience with mental health as a youth and experience with mental health as an adult, I know that there are foundations that are very helpful for our students. A lot of them are found in schools. A lot of them are found outside of the home. As a social worker at Child Protective Services, I know that a safety net is held at our schools. Frequently we get calls from the school because there may be an issue. These numbers are very, very sad. These are numbers that I think that there's a lot more that we could do about them. But we have to remember, same thing when we deal with our parents, is that when the children are not doing well, we have to look at the larger picture. And it is possible that there could also be some concerns with making sure that we're taking care of the mental health of our staff and our teachers. And if we take care of the mental health of our staff and our teachers, we're also going to make a safer environment for our children while they're at school, especially if this is the only place that they have for safety or for mental comfort. I truly am an advocate, truly am a fan of training. Training is fantastic, but overtraining is a bear. We have to make sure that we are getting the proper training, that we're not overtraining, and that we're asking for input from those who are trained so that we can make changes to make it better in the future. So again, we need to focus on making sure our teachers and our auxiliary staff are well taken care of so that they can take care of the mental health of our students.